Wanna share? We wanna hear ya. We all win, win, win. Hey you. Hi there. We wanna know who you are. Shoot for the stars. Hey you. Hi there. With J-Rock and the Quinn, it's time to begin. Hey, 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 hey. What's the name?
Hey you.
Hi there.
I love it. So we're back where it's another episode and we're so excited because this time we have a guest with us.
Yay.
And it's somebody familiar to some of us. Maybe. Quinn, why don't you tell us all about her?
So we have Kaitie Miyashiro-Carvahlo here with us.
Yes.
I've known her since day one, since she's my younger sister.
Come on, younger sister.
But we really wanted to get her on the podcast today to talk about her passions in life. She's really gotten into yoga in the last 7 years.
Yep.
She went through a lot of schooling, started a family, got married, but yoga's really been a huge part of her life and growing as a person, an individual, and then even as a part of her family. So I wanted to talk to her more about that.
Thanks. Thank you guys for having me.
Oh, yes, our pleasure. We're so excited to not only see someone that we know that's doing something different. The elements that you're putting into all of it is so cool, and it's cool to see like a little local girl doing it.
Yes.
So, but there's more involved in it, so we can't wait to hear all about it. Tell us.
Okay, so a little bit about me. I'm a secondary teacher, so middle school and high school. And I started teaching high school 9th graders 7 years ago. Oh. And I was a hot mess.
I was like, how is that?
Yeah.
I was terrible when I was in 9th grade, so I can't imagine.
Yeah, I had a lot of anxiety. I was like stressing out. I was crying all the time. So my friend just asked me like, oh, do you want to come to yoga with me and de-stress a little bit? And my first like response was, oh, I'm not flexible. I've never done yoga. And basically all you see really is just these really flexible women. So I was really intimidated, but I went, and ever since then I just fell in love with it because it was more about de-stressing and connecting inward than it was about the physical exercise. I feel like a lot of times it gets marketed, especially in the Western world, as exercise and looking good and being super flexible, but it's become so much more than that to me. So just over the years, I've just wanted to deepen my practice.
I love that.
Yeah, but it's been scary too because I'm still not super flexible, and there's still poses that I probably won't ever be able to do. And 2 years ago, I decided to take my teacher training. So it's 200 hours to become a yoga teacher. Okay. And I was super nervous about it. Like I even told my teacher at Open Space Yoga, I even told her, like, I'm not super, like, there's poses that I can't do. And she was just like, no, it's not about that. Mm-hmm. So even then, like 5 years into my practice, I still had these fears. Mm-hmm. And then I feel like 2 years ago, everything just kind of happened where I was really able to connect to my inner self and really start to learn more about who I am. And I always think of it as what was a journey to becoming a yoga teacher really was a journey into finding myself.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yes. Yeah, because again, it's always been more than exercise for me, but it was really just an opportunity to learn how to de-stress, to learn about my anxieties, and to really do poses that match how I'm feeling.
I like that because you know what, yoga is so it's so intimidating. Like you said, like the Western side of things. Like so, all I see is like super slim, like fitted people that look the same,
only wearing sports bras and really skin tight clothes.
Right, and so you're just like, oh, first of all, I don't use 20-ounce containers. I use 32-ounce containers of water. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just start judging the whole thing because it's like it doesn't apply.
Yeah.
So it's so cool to hear you say, because a lot of your things you didn't focus at all about about the stretching, the other thing, which I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of people may tend to do. So
Yes.
this is really, it's actually sounds intriguing.
Yes, that's awesome. I love to hear that. I mean, it is exercise,
Yes.
but I mean, that's just the surface, you know. So what a lot of people who don't have a yoga practice, something that they might not know is that the yoga that you see in a gym or in a studio is just one part of what yoga actually is. And again, in the Western world, we just call that, you know, the movement and the postures, we call that yoga, but really that's called yogasana. And so the asana, A-S-A-N-A, means posture.
Okay.
But there's actually 8, they call it the 8 limbs of yoga. There's actually 8 parts that equal yoga. And
Wow.
you know, and it's kind of like a step-by-step process.
Yes.
Yoga,
Okay, yeah.
asana being the 3rd limb of yoga, and then the 8th one being enlightenment. Yeah.
I love that.
I love that.
I
wanna go
never
That's
heard
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never heard that
Yeah,
before.
so it's really just a misconception, which is unfortunate because that was my first thought, is that I need to be flexible, but really you don't. And the postures of it is just such a small part of what yoga actually is. And for many people, though, that's like your entry door in, you know, but there's so much more that you can do with meditation, breath work. So that's really what I've discovered in the last 2 years with my teacher training.
So you being the younger sister, I always felt growing up that I was a teacher, but a year ago, pre-pandemic, on a cruise ship, on the deck of our balcony of our room, I had a yoga class by her, and just her voice and everything, it was so soothing and so calming, and I had the best time. So I mean, I felt good, but how did you get into wanting to teach and wanting that to be part of what you're practicing?
To share that, yeah.
Good question. I think that it just comes from being an educational teacher and then just finding something that I love and I'm passionate about, and just has really helped me transform into a better human being, and just wanting to share that.
Yeah.
Also because I've felt that fear of stepping into yoga studio. I know how intimidating that is, and so I just wanted to kind of alleviate that fear for other people. And then like you said, Jen, like a lot of times here in Hawaii, it's a little bit different. I feel like it might be a little bit more diverse, but you know, on the like in yoga magazines, in certain stores, like all you really see are, like you said, like skinny white people. And that's nothing against that, but you know, yoga comes from India, and I just want to make it as accessible to everybody and anybody as possible, because I think normally yoga looks like a very privileged thing. You know, you have to look a certain way or make a certain
You're so
amount
right.
of
Wow.
money.
Whoa.
Your
Yeah.
clothes are
Yeah.
extremely expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you look at it, like, I mean, I know how I feel, and I know I'm not the only one. Like, it's intimidating. Like, you don't want to walk into a studio with everyone looking the same, and you're the only one that, like, looks a little bit less than. Is it the practice of yoga, or is it just it was just the overall journey, and that yoga's helped you find to become you know what I mean? Because, I mean, you think that was in addition to just the other journeys that you've had, to like being a teacher, being other things? Because when you say that it changed, like, I just, like, what is it about yoga that made it significantly important for you to have that change in your life that made you realize, okay, this is who I am?
Yeah. No, I think that was it, because that being it led to so many other things. You know, in today's society, it's just hustle and bustle, go to the next thing. And, you know, I had mentioned yoga being a privilege. I think going to the next thing from task to task, job to job, sitting in traffic all the time, we don't think we have time to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
Right? And it looks like, oh, going to the gym or paying for a membership, that's like super expensive. It's not something that I not only have the financial ability to afford right now, but just the time.
Yeah,
I don't have the time to do that. But then when I started to, you know, do my practice, go to more classes, over a certain period of time, I just started to realize that doing this is how I'm able to go and take care of other people, how I'm able to walk into my classroom and face 130 teenagers a day and then come home to my son. And yeah, so I think it's really just been a healing and grounding place for me, no matter where I am, that I can just come and focus inward in order to be a better person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, you just said it. Because I wouldn't necessarily even relate anyway. Because I only have to be around all those kids. You got to come home and your mom.
Yeah.
And then your wife. Like, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
like, it doesn't stop. Like, you can't turn off. And a lot of people
Responsibilities.
turn off. They come
Yeah.
home and they're not a person.
Yeah.
They're just like a shell of a human and they don't want to talk to anyone.
Yeah.
They go in the room, they watch TV. And so, like, to be present
Yeah,
is such a
exactly.
great thing to do.
Yes, and that's what it taught me, to be present and to be patient with myself and be patient with other people. It was transformational for me, for sure.
I love it.
Love it.
So wait. So people can go and attend your class, right?
Yes, so a big part of my vision, my goal is just to make yoga accessible to everybody, because it's such an intimidating thing. So because of COVID, I feel like we're all starting passion projects because of COVID.
Yeah.
So I actually started a YouTube channel
Come on.
2 months ago. Yeah, I was as a teacher, an educational school teacher, I was giving classes to my colleagues once a week after school.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
Nice.
So
Aren't
just
they
to get-
lucky?
Just to get more practice.
Teachers
you
need
know?
it.
Yes.
No,
Oh
teachers
yeah.
need it.
Yes.
Yes.
God bless teachers.
No, they really do. That was one of the biggest things that I found too, is that just being a teacher is so difficult. It's so exhausting, so time consuming. And you just really need something to pour into you,
Yes.
to fill you back up. So that's what I was doing. And then COVID happened. So a couple of my coworkers were like, can we find a way to take classes somehow? And so I was like, maybe I'll start a YouTube channel, and somebody else had encouraged me to do so. But again, it's just this fear of like, I don't know, I don't want to put myself out there. It is.
But
scary.
you did. That's huge. It's a huge first step. So we were talking about that too, off of the show or prior to this, where you incorporate the Hawaiian language within it. So it's like a way to do that, and there's also kind of a fear about that too, right?
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's get to it.
So like I said, I'm a school teacher. I teach history. This last school year, out of the blue, my vice principal was like, we need you to teach Hawaiian history. I was teaching U.S. history before. And literally like 3 weeks, 4 weeks before school started, he's like, actually, while we were on the cruise.
This is the same day I got my first yoga lesson.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was,
same day.
We were on
Same
the cruise.
day.
Yeah.
All zen until whoa,
Yes.
it's gonna flip.
Was that an exciting, aside from, I got to learn a whole different type of history, was it
Yeah.
exciting that you could do Hawaiian from U.S. history?
Once I got over that, I don't do change well. I really don't.
Same.
Like, you can ask
I'm
Quinn and my
learning.
husband, like, I totally had this breakdown. I was just like, 1 month, like, I start teaching Hawaiian history. I got to change to 7th grade now. It's just, I don't do change well. But once I got over that, it turned out to be the best thing to ever happen
Blessing,
to me.
yeah.
Hands down, yeah.
And why is that?
Because I was able to learn more about my Hawaiian identity and my Hawaiian culture.
I love that.
Yeah. So, so I'm adopted, and I didn't find out I was Hawaiian until 7th grade.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And so I kind of feel like there's always been this missing piece to me,
Yeah.
to who I am, just having this disconnect from my Hawaiian identity. And to be honest, switching from U.S. history to Hawaiian history was, again, really scary for me, because I didn't feel like I had enough knowledge to be able to share that, just because I really want to be able to do it justice.
Excellent, yeah.
And to do it correctly. But from, one thing led to another. I started teaching Hawaiian history, obviously had to learn a ton in order to fill this huge responsibility and role. And then I went to Mauna Kea. So that
Dude,
happened.
that's life changing.
It was life-changing.
Yeah.
I feel like I found I feel like I really found myself in this last year. Going to Mauna Kea really helped me
Yeah.
to connect. And I felt really connected to the land and to the whole purpose.
Yeah.
And you're not judged up there because we went there
Yeah.
too. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You come in there like, we're not Hawaiian enough.
Me and her were
They're like,
scared.
yeah.
Oh
Exactly.
my God,
Yeah.
I felt that.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
literally, yes.
And then you go there and everyone's just like, they're just
Yeah.
so happy you're there. You're
Yes.
like, oh, we're all one. We're all
That's-
the same. Yeah.
That's crazy that you say that because I literally felt that. Like my husband, he just kept saying like, let's go. And I was just like, I don't
Yes,
feel,
husband. Come on.
I don't feel Hawaiian enough.
Yeah.
You know, I had this fear. Again, I guess I'm a big like scaredy cat.
I had the
But,
same fear going
yeah.
to Mauna Kea. I had
Yeah.
the same fear as
You know, in music, it is a similar fear. I mean, because in music, not only like I was I never in touch with the Hawaiian culture because I am also part Hawaiian, but like in Hawaiian music, that's intimidating. Because when I learned Hawaiian music, it was in high school, and they don't teach you how to pronounce the words.
Yeah.
So when you come out of high school and you think you could just jump on and like, actually, it's not at
Yeah,
all
you
how you
didn't say
pronounce those
right.
words. Then you kind of get super like, oh, wait a
Like
minute. Then
shame,
I don't know
right?
if I want to. Yeah,
Yeah.
super shame.
Yeah.
But not shame and embarrassed. It's shame to not disrespect
Yes.
the language
Yeah.
and the
Yes.
culture.
Yes, exactly.
At the same time, I've learned though by sharing those thoughts and just by trying to be humble about it, saying, look, I love to be here because I mean, there's been opportunities to do the Hawaiian music part. You just come in and I notice like when I see people that clearly know what they're doing, I like kumu or whatever, and I've told them like, I know, hey, we're gonna be performing today, and I'm not nearly as there, but it's like, but we're just excited to be here. A lot of times they just open you. I mean, I think they can kind of see like, okay, like that's cool, you're trying. At least that's the vibe I get.
Yeah.
And then like Natalie Aikamo ended up telling me like, don't be scared to do that. You just need to do it. Like it's who we are. And I was like,
Yeah.
so it's but taking the steps hard. So like to hear you taking this step in this sense, like
Yeah.
it's huge, and like it's kind of wants to push me to like be a little bit more bolder. So I love
love
it.
that.
But back to you.
No, I
Yes.
love that
Yeah.
you also tell me that you get scared too because yeah, that's right. Like I just don't want to be disrespectful or like butcher it
Yeah.
in any way, you know, but yeah, going to the Mauna was life-changing for me, and then coming back I just felt like this different person. Like I really understood, I guess, myself.
Yeah.
And then I found Eho Pilimai on Instagram, where he just tries to teach you Olelo Hawaii. He'll like post a story every day and just easy things that you can do with your family. And so that really helped me to get out of my comfort zone too. And so all of these things happened that I felt really connected me to my Hawaiian identity. So I have, you know, all the Hawaiian stuff going on, teaching, going to the Mauna, Eho Pilimai, and then I have yoga. And then COVID happens, and so I'm just like, okay, I'm passionate about both of these things.
Yes.
Why not find a way to blend it together?
That is so cool.
Genius. Love
Okay,
it.
so how does it work? The blending? What do you do?
So usually I will do an olelo no'eau to theme my class. So what that means is if there's an olelo no'eau about, you know, like about grounding down, then I'll find, or just being onipa, you know, I'll find yoga poses to show that, to ground down into the earth so that your physical body is actually connecting. And then in yoga, we call it prana, your energy, your life force. The direction that your prana is going is into the ground,
That's intense.
which is helping you to ground down.
Tell people what olelo no'eau is.
Yes, good one.
I had to Google that, so yeah, let us know.
It's a Hawaiian proverb, so just a Hawaiian wise saying.
Yes.
And there's this whole book, so that's kind of how I've been finding my olelo no'eaus. Yeah, so it's been really fun, and again, I just wanted to make yoga accessible because even when I go to my studios here or to take classes, there's not too many, you know, Hawaiians, and so just finding a way to hopefully to share with them and to make them think, oh, I can do this too. You know, I don't need to be flexible. I don't need to be able to do a certain pose. I don't need to look a certain way or to fit in these certain clothes. I can just literally all you need is your body
Yes.
and an open heart.
Exactly. I love that. I mean, I've gotten an energy cleanse, and I was told the thing that because I was getting sick a lot, the thing that I was told to do is go into the ocean and get connected, walk on the grass barefoot and get connected. So to have this extra step, again, like you said, you don't have to do all these things. It's because the part of the journey or the part of the practice of this is not for necessarily for the flexibility. It's to be grounded and to find like that peacefulness and things. So I love that there's that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people go in for the judgment of, I don't want to look at me. No one's looking at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're trying to find their inner peace.
Yeah.
The flexibility comes, and that's just like a nice bonus.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? Yeah.
And I will say what's nice about Kaitie's classes when you guys do take them
Yes,
is
which you will.
she also gives, maybe on harder poses, or definitely harder to me, she gives an alternate pose if you can't hit that
Yeah.
pose. that
Ooh.
you're
That's
trying to
great.
do. Or she'll kind of help you adjust your body so you feel comfortable and you're not striving to look exactly like her who's a yoga teacher.
Yeah.
And I love that, like, you feel a lot more comfortable knowing that you don't need to.
There are alternative
Yeah.
poses.
Exactly.
And the alternative poses are what are you trying to achieve from whatever the pose is, whether it be this one or a different one? What's the goal to reach?
Goal of each
It's-
pose.
So the goal of each pose, there's physical benefits, there's energetic benefits, so things that are just good for your energy. So like I said, grounding. If you're doing a pose where your hands are up, then you're sending your energy outward, right? You're receiving energy. But each pose has different physical benefits. So if you do a modification of the pose, you're still receiving the benefits. And when we do our asana after, then I can show you that. Like, it's like how deep you go into a pose doesn't mean you get more benefits.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Thank
Love
you.
it.
Yeah,
Definitely all about intentions, right?
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Everything is intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even when I went to the Mauna, just listening to so many smart, amazing people talk and share, it just made me realize that there's so many parallels between yoga and Hawaiian culture.
Yes.
So many parallels, and that's
Yes.
why it's really easy to merge the two together and to marry the two, because Hawaiian values are the same as yogic values. And again, I'm always learning. I don't consider myself an expert, but they're just parallel.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing. You learn about history, and like our good friend Isaac, like he once in a while tells me these little things. Like he's like, "Did you know there was like astrologers and like there's like
Yeah.
so he talks
Yeah.
about like in Hawaiian history, but it says it just so vaguely because that's not the things they touch up on. But then it's like, they traveled by stars. They didn't have fancy gadgets and things. Like just to
Yeah.
think of like how do these people come up with this? And how do they even know? And like to incorporate these practices like that, it's just. I love that you're doing that. I love that
Yes.
you're
Yeah.
taking this, you're sharing it, but you're making it your own.
Yes.
And like you're taking and I know even like if it's scary to be like, oh, I hope I'm translating this right, because we had that talk about that too. But
Yeah.
it's still like nobody's doing that. It's taking that element and what it means to you and to still translate it like in the same way that you're not getting more or less than. I feel like it's still there's a benefit that's involved with it. We're learning something and then we're still achieving it, and you're not, even if someone could speak fluently, I don't think they're still teaching the same thing. It's the same thing that you just said. So
Oh, thank you so
I think
much.
it's super cool. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm
I really
glad. Oh my
appreciate
God,
that.
this is so neat.
We're so happy for you.
Yeah.
Do what you love.
Thank you.
And
It is. It's really been a blessing, because I couldn't make this up. Like, all of these things that are happening, I could not do this on my own. It's just with the help and support of other people, even strangers that I've met on the way. And like, definitely the Mauna, like I would have never had any thought to do this had I not even learned about like the elements,
Yeah.
and in yoga it's like, wow, the elements are in me. Like, I just,
Yes.
just learn all of that. So
Well, we can't wait to learn from you more and
Yes,
more.
thanks, girl.
you.
So where can they get your classes and sign up for that?
my YouTube channel is called Asana and Aloha. So like I said, asana is it's the postures. So Asana and Aloha, ASANA and and Aloha. I just filmed again yesterday. It's hard. It's hard being a YouTuber.
It's hard work.
I used to judge my students whenever I'd be like, what do you want to do? They'd be like, a YouTuber. And I'm like, okay, but I get it. I get it now. I was
girl.
wrong.
Girl, it's hard.
It's hard work.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to put the energy in that intentional. And just whatever you're saying, it doesn't always come through in your face or your body. Like, so it's tough.
Yeah.
It is. It is. But thank you guys so much.
Oh yeah, and thank you for coming in, and
for
yeah,
being
and I can't wait to like
Awesome.
keep up with us and let us know how everything's going,
Yes.
and like hopefully we can continue to see what you're doing on your channel.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And if there's anything I can say, like, just give it a try. Like, I think it's nice too to do it from the comfort of your own home or wherever. If you can go outside and do it, that's even better. But it's just less intimidating, less scary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yay! Well,
Thank
that's
you,
it.
guys.
Come on.
Thank
All
you.
right. Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you.
You need to try this. Yeah.
So today we're featuring one of Melanie's choices. Mel, tell us about it. Tell us what you got for us, girl.
Okay, so you guys gotta try this. This here I have new soft serve ice cream. So it's local, which is exciting.
Yes, loco.
And my lactose intolerant heart is very, very pleased because it is dairy free. It is vegan and
that's
dairy
nice.
free.
Ooh, vegan too.
So it's primarily it's a coconut based
Yeah, coconut base
frozen dessert.
frozen dessert. Yes, and they have all different kinds of flavors. I am a little addicted, and I kind of go every single week. Every Monday they post their new flavor, and I have to have it all the time. So yeah, I'm super excited because I brought some for you
She brought
guys
some
to try.
and not without people at home kicking and screaming that she
I
stole their
know.
batch.
My husband
so
was
I apologize, Noah.
not very happy.
Sorry,
There's more
Noah.
in the freezer. Calm down. Okay, so the first flavor we have is guava 8 mango. Excuse me.
Guava 8 mango.
Guava 8 mango.
Like 8 A-T-E?
Literally. So guava, the number 8.
Oh.
And then mango. So I guess like guava 8 the mango. I'm assuming.
Because 7, 8, 9.
Like 7, 8,
I'm
9.
not
Yeah,
sure.
okay.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, eat it. I want to try.
Go,
So that's this
girl.
orange one,
And
right?
so
This
we
is
have Katie here to
yummy.
try with us. Yes. So that's the first one.
Probably why I blew on it. Like
Real?
it was hot.
Like miso soup.
This is great.
Yeah.
Mel, I'm into this.
Right.
Did you have
Okay.
this flavor before?
Girl, I had it last night. Okay.
Oh,
I had it last night. I have 2 pints.
I was
so
gonna
I had
say
one already opened.
That pint was brand new. That
Girl,
you brought
yeah, I
today.
brought the brand new pints, and I have my stashes at home. Trust, okay?
So where's this
Oh my
place
god.
located?
Oh my god.
Okay, so I always go to their warehouse to pick up, which is in Waikimilo. But if you do order 3 pints or more, and pints are $7.50 each, they will deliver to you for free.
Cool.
Come on.
Yes, so you can follow their Instagram, Niu Soft Serve, NIU Soft Serve. Please know how to spell that. That's their Instagram.
I know because we go soft serve. Soft.
Did I
How would you spell
No,
it?
but that's what people say.
How would you
Soft
spell
serve.
it if you didn't spell it
Soft
SOFT?
Soft.
Niu
SOFF.
FF.
Hearing you say that is crazy. I don't know why. Soft.
And,
Serve.
and on the real, like, so this is not the first time I've had Neo. It's the first time I've had that
flavor.
That flavor. It's delicious. But Mel graciously ordered me 3 pints of Neo to try, and it got delivered to my house.
Yes.
And how did I find out about that got delivered? My sister-in-law goes, "Girl, looks like your delivery's here," and she shows me a photo of the van at my house. And my mom ate all of it,
Oh, yay! I'm so glad.
so
your
I kind of
mama
left, and
loved
she was
it.
just like, "Oh."
good, but she loved it. I'm
Yeah, and I
so
was just like,
glad.
"Oh, well, it's almost
Yeah.
empty." Yeah,
Like
great.
I was so excited after having this for the first time and being obsessed that I just was like, everyone needs to try this.
I
This is
never
amazing.
know.
Yeah.
I never know there's no dairy. I never know it's vegan.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
it's
You would
vegan.
never
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And I
Oh
love,
my
love
gosh,
coconut.
It's so
Yeah.
creamy.
Love
Yeah.
coconut.
Love.
I
So
love
love
that.
So Niu is
Yeah.
coconut, right?
Yeah,
In Hawaiian.
Niu
okay.
is coconut in Hawaiian. Yes.
Yes. Okay. What's this
Yeah.
purple one, girl?
Okay,
What's
yes,
this purple one?
Okay. So the purple is the Big Daddy Woo Woo. I'm sorry, that's not what it's called. But
I was
it's-
like, that's the name?
Yeah, it should
So
be.
that's what she named
It
it.
should
it's
be.
the title. This is ube cookies and cream, and this is what they're known for. This is like their most popular flavor,
Oh.
and it is yes,
Whoa, whoa,
right?
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Come
Oh,
on,
this is so good.
come on. What
Oh my God.
are you doing to us,
How?
new
Okay.
soft serve?
So my favorite flavor, hands down, of ice cream is cookies and cream.
Oh,
This
Is
is
it?
better than that.
right. Okay, that's
they
like
do this?
I know it's not dairy free.
Like, is this
I'm not making this
actual-
up. God bless.
Cookies and cream.
You can go on their website, newsoftserve.com, and you can order there. They also show where they have farmers markets or where they are at farmers markets as well, so you can click on that. With all the information about them right on their website.
I can't hear you. I'm too busy eating.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
What other flavors have you tried?
Oh, girl. Okay.
All of it.
Yeah. The last
Ooh,
week's
baby,
one.
baby.
The last one was I stay acai, and
Oh,
it
that's
was
cute.
it was an acai ice cream, and it
my
was
God.
smack. It was so good.
I'm upset because I love acai.
It was so good. Yeah, I was bummed because they didn't have any on the website. But I saw that at their farmers market they were at today, like they had the I stay
had
acai.
today?
I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, so they're at a farmers market today. The weekend they're usually farmers markets.
Guys,
I don't want this to
next
be
time,
over.
next time
Well, I
before
have
we
more, girl.
film, next time before we film, we need to do a farmers market run, girl.
Yes, good idea. That's a
Why
great
don't we
idea. They
film
have
our
so
farmers
much.
market run?
That's so smart.
Oh my God,
y'all.
just eating
Walking-
everything.
and walking around with
inside.
mics and sticking in their faces.
Can I just come like and
Yes,
stand in
you
the
can.
background?
You're invited. You're
It's a
already.
field trip.
I'm so glad everyone's so glad they love
This
it.
is great.
good.
So, guys, you need to try this.
You need to try this.
Yes,
Yeah.
newsoftserve.com.
Yes.
All right.
Go get you some.
I didn't come here expecting to be fed, so I'm very
We
happy.
got you.
Well, you
Yay.
fed us with knowledge.
Yes.
So,
Said, your soul is
They're
knowledge.
reciprocating.
Power.
yeah,
Yes,
we're
it
so
is.
full today.
Knowledge is power and
So
health is
full.
wealth, baby.
Oh, come on, healthy,
Yes.
wealthy, knowledgey. All right, let's get out of here. This has been a Soul Tree Music Factory and LiveMusicHawaii.com production.
Produced and engineered by Jen J Rock Wright. Theme song and jingles written by J Rock and performed by J Rock, Melanie, and Quinn.
Tune artwork of us done by Jen Matsui. And all the other graphics done by, me.
Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter at HeyYouHiThere3 or visit us on our website, HeyYouHiThere3.com.
Send us suggestions of things we need to try or let us know how you like the show by emailing us at heyyouhithere3@gmail.com.
So basically, listen, subscribe, and leave us a 5-star review at Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Bye!
I used to think that it was done.